announced a while ago that there was going to be a new show on Adult Swim called Primal, and it was being created by Genndy Tartakovsky, a man who really should need no introduction, but, well, here you go anyway. Genndy Tartakovsky is an animator who's created many great animated series primarily for Cartoon Network. He's created Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack, the Star Wars Clone Wars miniseries, and of course, Sym-Bionic Titan. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. You are not a true fan of Genndy Tartakovsky unless you bring up Sym-Bionic Titan. He also worked on the Hotel Transylvania series, which portrayed an Adam Sandler character as someone who's very likable. So apparently the guy can work miracles. He was also supposed to work on an animated Popeye movie, which looked pretty promising, but I guess the studio didn't think it was going to be good enough, so they made a better movie instead. But it's good to know that with all the years he's got under his belt and the unfortunate Popeye incident, that he's not really slowed down at all. And he's brought us new shows. He revived Samurai Jack not too long ago and finished that off. And now he has Primal, the new show for Adult Swim. Now, when this first showed up, when they first showed the teaser for this, I don't think anybody really knew what it was going to be about, but at the same time, I don't think anybody really cared either because it looked awesome. The show premiered with 5 episodes, which aired for 5 straight nights on Adult Swim, and it's about a caveman whose official name is Spear, befriending a dinosaur whose official name is Fang through, let's just say, tragic events. And they need to learn to get along and survive a harsh prehistoric environment. The show was said to be inspired by the works of Ralph Bakshi, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say specifically the film Fire and Ice, which, while not one of the best films I've ever seen, it was certainly fun and entertaining, that's for sure. And one of the many other things it was inspired by was the animated anthology film Heavy Metal. And if you watch Primal, you can definitely see there was a lot of influence from that. The show has no dialogue, or at least no audible language, and this was kind of to be expected of something like this, because Genndy loves to do this. In all the things he's worked on, he's done this at least once, including Dexter's Lab, where there's just no talking whatsoever, and it allows, you know, visual cues and subtle audio cues and just character movements and body language and stuff like that to tell the story. And Primal is no different. All you're given are visuals and character expressions and emotions that tell the story. And at no point in anywhere in this series do you not understand what's going on. And what's important for something like this is having good animations, and this show looked fantastic. All the shot compositions were great, the characters were very expressive, and the animation in this was amazing, especially during the fight scenes. And man, were there some brutal fight scenes in this. We're talking like full-on gory eviscerations, like characters getting their heads ripped off and their guts pulled out. It was awesome! And although he doesn't speak, Spear is voiced by Aaron LaPlante, who has done a lot of incidental voices for a lot of other stuff that Genndy's worked on. And he mostly communicates through yells and grunts, but I think he put a lot of personality into the character. And as good of a job as he did, I would really have loved it if Spear was voiced by Frank Welker, because there is an episode of Dexter's Lab where Dexter goes back in time and brings a caveman to the modern era, and he kind of looks like Spear, but he's voiced by Frank Welker in that episode, and I thought that might have been like a really cool nod, or maybe some kind of attempt at a continuity. And even though it shouldn't really matter, I think it's safe to say that this is not scientifically accurate. I think Genndy himself said that he wasn't really concerned about, you know, being accurate toward what prehistoric life was. I mean, it's about a caveman and a dinosaur together, which, as far as I know, has never been proven or anything like that. And they did seem to add a little bit of, like, mysticism to this world, because there was a lot of, like, monsters that probably wouldn't have existed anyway, and there was a point where they come across, like, a society of apes, and they seem to have some kind of a cult, and part of their cult is they have this, like, black liquid that when they drink it, they kind of hulk out, and that leads to, let's just say, a pretty bloody incident. Now, as of me recording this video, I don't know if there's going to be any more episodes. I presume there will be, because this is listed as Season 1, and IMDb doesn't have like an end date for it or anything like that. So, presumably there will be more episodes, and I kind of hope there will be, because, well, without spoiling anything, let's just say episode 5 ends rather suddenly, and it has a very troublesome cliffhanger ending. And I'm kind of wondering where they're going to go with that. Also, if they did continue this as a series, I kind of wonder what the end game is going to be. I mean, no doubt we'll explore more of this fantasized prehistoric world, which could be very interesting and could be very entertaining, but part of me thinks that this series might not have a very happy end. But as it is, Primal is amazing. It's one of the best animated series I've seen in a while, and I've seen a lot of good stuff recently, like I watched Infinity Train, which was really good, but I think on a sheer technical level, this surpasses a lot of stuff that I've seen in a very long time, and it could be a contender for Animated Series of the Year if I decide to do a top 5, which is still kind of up in the air at this point, but the point is, watch Primal, it's really good. If you're going to take anything away from this video, Primal is amazing. But for now, that's all I got for Primal. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of it. My name is Rob, and have a wonderful day. Ah!